Second live stream of the day, Monday afternoon here in Australia. Well, it's still Monday morning. I talked to you guys earlier on my first live stream. By the time that takes between the first live stream, my 6:30 a.m. and the second one, 11:30 a.m., I've already trained, I've already coached 3 clients. So for me, it feels like a whole day has passed. So wherever you are tuning in, wherever you are in the world, I say welcome. As you guys check in, I'll kind of give you a brief rundown. I want to thank all the new subscribers. Thank you to everybody who is also joined our Johnny Says Boxing Insider group. That link is pinned in the comments here. It's a couple bucks a month. It does a couple things. It gives you insider information. You become an insider you get our link to our Discord, all this good stuff. So yeah, you guys are checking in. Guys, twice a day, man. This is what we do. The channel's growing. The community's growing. We got a new Discord. That link, as soon as you join our insider group, join the Discord. And that allows, what I'm learning after 2 days of having the Discord, it just allows the conversation to continuously evolve without me needing to sort of control it. So you guys could post your parlays. You could post any questions, post video links, all that good stuff. So that is access to the insiders as well. And there's some fights coming up. I'm torn, guys. I already I've done the tape. I'm editing Chino Garcia, Jorge Chino Garcia Perez on Instagram, Chino Garcia versus Xander Zayas. So I'm editing it. I'm uploading it. I have to give you my prediction on it. And I think people are overlooking Chino. I'm actually torn on this fight. Man. It's not a walkover fight. It's for the WBO vacant world title at 54. When you watch the tape on Xander Zayas, before you even get to the ring, before you even get to his fight style, you know that Xander is promoted really heavily. He ticks all the boxes. He's physically gifted. He's a dog. He's athletic. It's hard for me, though, to get past his youth. If he wins Saturday night, he becomes the youngest male boxing world champion. Right now, the youngest male is Brian Norman Jr. at 24. Xander's only 22. My issue with him right now, though, in that division, look at it. It's going to be hard for you to find a standout fight. It's going to be hard for you to find a standout performance. With Xander, for me at least, it always seems like the narrative after one of his fights is that he's developing, he's going to be a champion, he's developing, he lives in the gym. I know that. He's one of my favorite young prospects. But Chino Garcia, guys, is a 28-year-old pro. He's going to be the taller guy, longer reach. He has better wins on his resume. We last saw him go in as a 5-1 dog and beat Charles Conwell to get this opportunity. He has 4 losses. But, guys, I did his tape. He could easily be 36-1. He's 33-4. He's lost all 4 decisions. 3 of those 4 decisions were terrible B-side decisions. The only time he lost was a 10-rounder to Ocampo in 2020. He fought Carlos Ocampo in his first 10-rounder, and he lost pretty much every round. The guy, though, who fought Carlos Ocampo is not the guy who fought Charles Conwell. This is not that guy. So with Chino, you really have to watch just watch his last fight. Just watch Chino versus Charles Conwell. That you're going to learn all you need to know about Chino Garcia against Charles Conwell. The dude totally impressed me. Again, I had, like a lot of you guys, I had Conwell winning that fight. I did not know Chino was going to be that slick. I did not know he was going to be that smooth on the ropes. I did not know he was going to have that good at counterboxing. Granted, Conwell's game plan wasn't that smart. Chino's going to be super ultra tough. He's never been stopped. Guys, I am legit torn on. I'm almost leaning on taking Garcia to beat Xander. I am. I want. This is where we both rely on each other. I rely on the chat. You guys rely on me. And the one thing that you'll always get from me, guys, is I'm never going to lie to you. I'm never going to hold anything back. If I get insider information, I'll tell you. But I'm not 100% confident with Xander right now. just because I just feel that Xander Zayas. No, he doesn't have any knockout losses. Chino has four losses, all decisions. I think Xander could win. I think Chino could win this fight, man. Just based on styles too. Xander is. What does Xander do better than Conwell? I mean, they're kind of. I was 100% on Conwell. I get all that. I get the top ranked guys, 100%, and I'm a fan of Xander. I'm only skeptical now. Exactly. I'm not skeptical. I mean, how could you not be skeptical when you watch a guy impress you? I was impressed with how Chino his comfortability. So the biggest take for me, Chino versus Conwell. You got Charles Conwell standing in front of you, a huge puncher. I was impressed with how calm Chino was, how he was handling. I was impressed with how he was handling the adversity and handling the aggression. He at no point was Chino panicking. At no point did he look uncomfortable, and he was finding his spots and countering and controlling all doing it on his back foot. No, we're trying to figure it out here with this chat. So yeah, I agree with you, Xander. Like I said, I started this live stream with Xander ticks all the boxes. So we got one of you guys saying Xander's good on the outside. One of you guys saying he's not good on the outside. Xander Zayas does all of his best work, in my opinion, on the inside. Right now, Chino is a 2-to-1 dog. If you had to pick his biggest strength for Zayas, I would say his physicality and being on this inside. But he's only 22. By no means is Xander a fully developed fighter. We're gonna see him level up, level up, level up. All I'm saying is, this might be in terms of boxing. Like when you watch a boxing match, somebody winning more rounds and doing things against an opponent that maybe the opponent has never seen. This might be a too much too soon in terms of experience too. What was Xander's best win? What was his biggest step up? I don't think so. I think Chino won a split decision. I disagree. Conwell was their guy, and Chino, I thought, won. It was crazy they gave Conwell one of the judges gave Conwell that fight. Even though I picked Conwell to win, I had Chino winning all but a few rounds. I disagree with David. I don't think Conwell was a little bit hyped. Guys, Charles Conwell was an insane amateur, an insane pro, was knocking everybody out. Literally, the Patrick Day fight. Yeah, Chino's taller than Zayas, and he has the longer reach. No, Xander's only 5'10", 5'11". Chino's 6 feet tall. But Dara, the 4 losses, the only real loss, I just spent the last 2 hours studying tape. The only real loss was in 2020. He lost every round to Carlos Ocampo. But that was 5 years ago. The other decision losses, those were kind of like B-side losses. They could have gone either way. I don't think people really knew what they had in Chino Garcia until recently. Now, Xander's 5'10", 5'11". 5'11" max, Xander's. I'm not trying to sway anybody. I'm not swaying anybody. Guys, obviously, whoever said that Mayweather's new to the channel. That's not, for you guys to think I'm trying to sway you to bet against Xander. That's not what I'm doing. We're picking each other's brain. I'm trying to see how you guys are thinking too. Yeah, I just don't think Xander has leveled up enough yet. This is gonna be a world title fight. Everybody says that they just think Xander is the goods, and I do as well. I think the move might be this fight to go the distance then. I mean, I have to pick a winner for my channel because I'm featuring this fight on my channel, and at the end of my Stats Don't Lie videos, I always give you who I think is going to win. I'm kind of torn right that. Yeah, Mayweather, I agree. What I'm saying, though, Mayweather, is like I don't want you to misconstrue my intention though. My intention is never to make you guys second guess, and it's also not for you guys to always agree with me. I use my chat functionally. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys get from me what I get from you. This is a healthy conversation. Yeah, so Dara, I think what's up, boxing fan? I think that might be the move. I'm waiting for I see this fight going the distance. I'm just not it's just shocking to me how everybody is just writing off Chino Garcia. I guess that's what I'm saying. Cuz all the guys I've been texting, the boxing forums I've been reading, the comment section, it's almost like people didn't watch Chino versus Conwell. It's almost like that fight never happened, and it's just that Chino's just going to show. Because, guys, don't get it twisted. This is supposed to be Charles Conwell. This is supposed to be Conwell versus Xander for the world title. Xander's definitely the ace. What I mean is Chino spoiled the party. He wasn't supposed to win that fight. The judges, that fight was so lopsided at the end, the judges even tried robbing Chino, but they couldn't. One of the judges gave Conwell the fight. It was insane. And it was the only loss I had that week. And I'm a fan of Conwell. He's from where I'm from, Northeast Ohio. I followed his amateur career. He does all the right things. He's a gentleman. And Chino showed up and just spoiled the plans. My point is, you do that once, you get confident. You do that again, he's fighting in a goddamn world title fight. Who would have thought Chino Garcia would be fighting for a world title? We didn't know that Seb was going to get stripped. We didn't know that WBO was going to be vacant. It's going to be a good fight, dude. It's going to be a good fight. I'm still torn. Even when this got announced, and I featured Xander Zayas on the channel multiple times. Even before this, when this fight got announced, I'm like, God damn, that's a tough fight for Zayas. A boxing match. It's not a bodybuilding contest. It's not who punches the harder contest. It's not who's the one that looks like a model versus the one that doesn't contest. It's who's the better boxer. And guys, Chino is a hell of a boxer. Zayas is, like I said, I think Zayas, before it's all said and done, he'll probably be fighting at 68. No, the judge didn't give Conwell that for the door to be open. He lost almost every round. No, the IBO, I definitely don't. You consider the IBO a legit title? Wow. You don't hear that every day. So, Poppy Brandon, so you think Xander Zayas beats Charles Conwell? Poppy Brandon. What Poppy's saying, just look at skill levels, not going to be a good fight. Zayas will beat him easy, better power, better speed, and better skills. I don't know, man. I don't think he has better skills. Better power, we'll see. If that's the case, you think that Chino's going to get stopped for the first time? I mean, I don't even know. I wouldn't necessarily pick Zayas to beat Conwell. If that fight were to go down, I would probably pick Conwell. Like I'm saying, before Chino Garcia beat Conwell, if Conwell fought Zayas, I would have probably taken Conwell to beat him, is my point. I feel like they haven't really been moving Zayas. He's only 22, though. You know what I mean? He's still really young. Goku's son, Zayas is there to get hit. Everyone hits him with throwing combos. This guy's going to have a field day with Xander Zayas. Y'all dumb. There's a reason. Jorge Garcia. Chino Garcia. Why are the odds close? I don't know about Andy Gonzalez. I did do the right thing. I told you I wasn't messing with the Pacquiao fight. What's up, PJ? We are 15 minutes in. We're going to stay on for another 45 minutes. We're getting to the... We're talking about Chino versus Xander Zayas for the world title, the vacant WBO world title 154. I just feel the odds are suspicious to me. I think this is a closer fight than... What is your book giving you guys? There's no... Shushu. I mean, Shushu's $1, dude. Why would you even put Bruce on the car on your parlay? Right now, Bruce is such a big favorite $100 on Bruce, you get $1 back. Why even put that on your parlay, boys? I don't get it. It's in New York. It's a good card. So right now, my book, $100 on Zayas. You get 31 back. $100 on Chino. You get almost 300 back. So he's almost a 3-to-1 dog. Obviously, for my channel, I have to pick a winner when I upload it. I think I'm going to play a prop bet on this fight. Now, dude, I agree with you, Goku. I agree with you. I learned so much against Conwell with Chino. Like I said, he impressed me the most with how he handled the pressure of Conwell's style. And then through that, I don't think Conwell expected it. And so what we also got to learn about Conwell was how he really didn't have a plan B. He kept getting stuck in Chino's guard, and he would just enter the pocket. He would, throw something big. Chino would slip it, and then Conwell would get stuck with his head on the left side of Chino's, on the left side of Chino's guard, and he couldn't land anything. It was a bizarre fight. All right, brother. Goat, put it in the Discord. Yeah, rewatch the tape again. It wasn't. I didn't think it was close, even though I wish it was close. I thought Conwell didn't fight really well. What if Chino stops him? Chino's a dog. Yeah, so if that's Kane, my best advice in that perspective. If you think Chino could stop Xander, then just take Chino on the money line. Because I think Chino could win a decision. I think he could definitely win more rounds than Zayas. Sometimes you just don't know how good a guy is until they show us. Zayas has it like what performance of Xander Zayas jumps off the paper for you guys? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it other than Xander Zayas? What he looks like? I mean, people boxing. When, and this is straight up marketability. Boxing's all about marketability. Teixeira. Do you think that Teixeira victory is a better victory than Chino beating Conwell? That's why I like watching Chino. He takes what Manny just said here, or what Goku said right here. Chino fights off the other guys, looking at adapts more. That is that is why I like Chino right now. That is a great point. When you watch Garcia fight, he uses what his opponent gives him, and he makes these adjustments. Conwell couldn't adjust to that. That shows you a high level fight IQ. This dude could box. I don't know if Rohan Polanco stops. To answer your question, I'm high on Rohan Polanco. I'm definitely going to tune into that fight. I like watching him fight. Am I missing something? Patrick Teixeira wasn't... What am I missing? You said Patrick Teixeira was a world champion? Where? Intercontinental, Latino, interim. He won an interim title. He lost to Brian Castano. When was Teixeira a world champion? What did I miss? I know Teixeira lost in a world title before. I don't think he was ever a world champion, was he? Yeah, no. Did I miss something? Yeah, but beating four. Yeah, but that was 6 years ago. He fought Adames 6 years ago. Chino got beat 4 times. PJ, he got beat 4 times, but 3 of them could have gone. He watch his tape. Yeah, Garcia has 3 of those decision. They're all decision losses. In his tape, the only fight I saw him that I would say he lost on the cards was Carlos Ocampo in 2020. He pretty much lost every round. That was his first 10-rounder. All I'm trying to do is, if you guys are going super heavy on Xander just based off of his name and marketability, I'm just trying to give you guys side on the air of caution. I'm not saying that I'm even taking Chino to win yet, but I'm just saying this isn't going to be an easy fight. Who deleted your comment? I don't have mods. Yo, mods deleted my comment, Johnny. What does that mean? I don't have a moderator on my channel. Yeah, high interest. What's up, buddy? I don't know what that means because nobody moderates my unless YouTube moderates it. I wouldn't have deleted your comment, bud. I've never deleted anyone's comment. What's good, DJ Green in the house? He beat Adames for the WBO, but it was interim. That doesn't count. Boxing fan in the house. Yeah, guys, like this video. Daniel Vega. Yeah, interims don't count. I don't count. I've never counted an interim title as a world title. I just noticed Polanco's opponent. Yeah, we saw that. Didn't we see? Didn't we see the kid fighting Polanco? What? Yeah, Teixeira beat Adames 6 years ago at 153. Very close. Yeah, I didn't see that fight. By the time he fought, when did he fight Xander? Last year. Xander won a wide. Yeah, it's a good win. It's a good win. I'm not. That's Is it fair to say Patrick Teixeira is Xander's best win? I mean, Xander was 20 years old fighting a tricky southpaw with world title experience. He won a lot of those rounds. It's a good win. It definitely is a good win. And like I said, I'm high on Xander. I think he's going to be a world champion. He might, before it's all said and done, he's only 22. He could be a world champion at 60 too. He's a big dude. If he beats Chino, he'll be the youngest male world champ. Dude, so yeah, it does seem like that's where it's trending. I'm just trying to be cautious. I'm just trying to side on the air of caution. Yeah, because if Xander beats Chino, he's the youngest male world champion today. Because Brian's 24. Yeah. Shoo. I'm not overthinking it, PJ. I mean, I like what I saw with Chino against Conwell. I covered both. I covered both fighters. I'm just saying it's an interesting fight. I was really gonna go heavy on Xander on the money line, so you could maybe I'm overthinking it. I was gonna go super heavy on Xander on the money line. Now I'm like, oh shit. Let me see what the chat has to say about it. So guys, I'm using. It's a give relationship we have. I want to see your opinion because I was gonna go super heavy on Xander Zayas. And I'm like, damn, last time I bet against Chino Garcia, I got scorched. Shoo. Gone the distance with the journeyman. Bruce Carrington. I like Bruce Carrington. He has a win over my boy, Dana Colwell. The odds are terrible, though. Yeah, Shields, Polanco. Yeah, I don't think Xander's a lock though. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm uploading that breakdown tonight. Yeah, Santana's good. Santana's fighting. He's on the card. There's a lot of good fights. Have you guys looked at Zoo? No, we get we get prop bets, but not split. I don't. My book doesn't allow me to go split decision or UD. That's I wouldn't bet that way anyway. I don't like getting too fancy. I like picking winners is hard enough. Yeah, I bet the UFC. I'm the last 3 weeks of the UFC, I'm 18 out of 19. The only fight I lost in 3 weeks on the UFC was, God damn it, I went against Patricio and I picked Ige and I switched it at the last second. I posted those parlays. All right, let's see this card. Carrington's fight. I mean, Heltz is 14-0. That's for the interim title too. Shushu's like a 10-1. He's such a big favorite in this fight. Why is he such a big favorite? He's fighting the number 1 South African. Has anyone ever heard of Mateus? What's up, Rand? Has anyone heard of Mateus Heita? Like, can anyone put their hand up in good faith and say, you've heard of Mateus Heita? What's up, Rand Varlitter? We appreciate you. I've never heard of Mateus Heita. That's who Carrington's fighting. It's for an interim world title. He's a huge underdog. I really want to see Carrington. I mean, all Carrington could do is fight who's in front of him. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Shushu's already 28. If this is for an interim world title, he gets past this guy, he could really start putting victories behind him at 26. And then, I mean, with the marketability of him at 26, at 126 pounds, and we'll see what happens with Inoue and MJ. We'll see what Inoue does. There's a lot of fights to be made. Guys, if you want to join our Discord, we have a Discord now because you guys asked. Johnny says Boxing Insider. The link is in the comment section. It's pinned. It's a couple bucks a month. It helps the channel out. And you get access to our Discord where all the insiders are there. And it's an ongoing community. You guys could share parlays. It basically is a continuous live stream. But I don't have to mediate it. You guys get to control that. The access, though, you have to join our insider group. It helps the channel grow. It helps me out. It's a couple bucks a month. That link is pinned in this live stream, and it's also pinned on my channel. Courtesy to Manny. So I'm going to go over real quick. We're about 30 minutes in. I'm going to go over real quick the fights on my sports book. Is there a UFC card? I'll have a look at it. I'm definitely going to give you my picks. I think I'm 18 out of 19 over the last 3 weeks on my UFC. What did Eister say? Why people saying Zayas can't lose? I think he'll win. Yeah, Eister, same. David Eister, you bring up a good point. He's asking, why are people saying Zayas can't lose? In this comment I'm about to say, my reasoning has everything to do with the optic, our human element when it comes to fandom. You know what I mean? Not F-A-N-D-U-M-B, but F-A-N-D-O-M. Is that he's young, he's good looking, he ticks the boxes, he's built, you know what I mean? So marketable, you get, this big fan base, and with those fans who follow the fighter who looks like that, they become like obsessed. There's no way they're going to lose. And sometimes the boxer believes their own hype. He has a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? He has a lot of that. But he could also box. He's good. At 22 years old, though, we'll see. We'll see if it's too much too soon. I think Chino could win. I do. I wouldn't be surprised if Chino won, not at all. I'm this close from taking Chino. I'm not lying to you. I'm this close. I'm this close from taking Chino on my Stats Don't Lie video. I've already done the tape. I've edited it. I've uploaded it. I just haven't put my prediction on it. I don't think he's going to steamroll him, mate, Ranvar. Chino Garcia is a dog, dude. He's going to be bigger than Zayas. He's going to be longer than Zayas. He's going to be taller than Zayas. He is comfortable fighting off of his back foot. He has a high fight IQ. What Chino does really well is he takes his opponent's strengths and he adjusts his game mid-fight. Watch his last fight against Conwell. He's never been stopped. Garcia's never been stopped. He's lost a couple really close decisions. Garcia should be 36-1 in my book. No bullshit. When you watch Chino's losses, 3 of them were BS decisions, horrible decisions. His only true loss was Carlos Ocampo in 2020. He lost the unanimous decision. He has great stamina. Chino Garcia, dude. Chino's a beast, dude. Yeah, and he's already spoiled the show before. This wasn't supposed to be his fight. This was supposed to be Conwell's fight. And Chino was like, nope. He went in as a 6-1 dog against Conwell and beat him. On the cards as well. Like I said, the biggest take home for me, why I'm hesitant on betting on Xander, is how comfortable Chino is fighting with, like, how he handles pressure. Rewatch the Conwell fight. Look how patient and calm he is on his back foot. And just, he never looked out of sorts. And that, you only get that through either thousands of rounds of sparring or experience. He's only 28 years old. I think he should be 36-1. His record will show, I think, 33-4. Never been stopped. I don't even know if he's been dropped. You got to look that up, Andy. I don't know that. It's a good question. And so Andy Gonzalez is asking about output. What's up, high interest? Like the video, gentlemen. Appreciate you, man. Hardest working man on YouTube. Thank you for supporting me, high interest, man. We really appreciate you here. Guys, all the tips count. Everything helps. Just liking the video, subscribing, it helps. That's why we do what we do. Like I said, if you see the boys with the star on the chat, they are, Johnny says, Boxing Insiders. They get access to the Discord, a whole nother community of just boxing heads. So you guys get to pick the brain. Goat's in there. Muscles is in there. A lot of people you would recognize on this live stream. It's for the insiders. And once you join the insider group, you get the Discord link. So we only started it 2 days ago. And every time I look at it, there's more people who've joined the insider group who've joined that. So, yeah. Guys, I got to clarify one more time. The last thing I'm trying to do is talk you out of your bet with Xander. I'm a fan of Zayas. He's a beast. One of the guys down here in Sydney, Caesar, Matea Tapia trains with Xander in Florida. He said he's an animal. Yeah, Rambler. He looked very, I got to be honest with you. I didn't see it coming, though. A-side, Dara, good point. Yeah, David. Look, they're both like 28 years old. Let's go. Daniel, I thought you were coming. Daniel, reading that comment, since Berlanga and Serrano shit the bed, I thought you were going to come at it from a different perspective because I picked both guys and girl. I feel Xander can really capitalize on the moment. I agree. I think it can happen. Julius Armstrong, who you taking? Do you like Xander or Chino? Bet less on underdog, bro. Don't be dumb. Don't bet on Xander. He's ass. Goku's son is wild. I read that out loud. I'm not. Don't fall for an history vault. I'm asking you, mate. I'm not trying to get you on the Chino hype train. I just got to question everything. We have to question these things, right? I'm not a casual. I'm not going to jump on a bandwagon. But before I put money from my bank account into a betting account or give you advice, I want to know what the chat is thinking. And the duty of a really good friend and a really good coach is to cover all the bases, whatever we're preparing for, whether it's a fight, whether it's a championship game, or betting on a potential outcome. We can't just say, yes, Xander, let's take him. No, we'd have to be like, all right, if you're going to take Xander, why are you betting against Chino? So that's what I'm doing here. I'm not trying to tell you. I'm not trying to tell you to go against it. Yeah, that's Tim Zoo, man. I'm pissed I went against my instinct, too. Last week, the first 2 days of the week, I had Seb winning. And then I switched last second. Let's build a parlay around Zayas money line. What's our guy say build around? Yep. No, I'm like, guys, I'm 90% sure I'm going with Zayas. I'm 90% sure I'm going with Zayas. Put a pull up on the live. Put a pull up? Are you talking about my... PJ, are you talking about my pull ups? What are you talking about? I'm not trying to jump on the bandwagon, but the winner of this fight will have knocked. Yeah, for sure. While these other guys are 54 at this point, I said Bakram. Thank you, History Vault. Appreciate you. Manny Flores, Jorge Chavez. All right, so he said Tim was going to win because he was cut. He said Tim was going to win. No, I was just saying he was in good shape, mate. It's not a bodybuilding contest. He was in good shape, dude. Come on. I'm just salty that I had Seb winning Monday and Tuesday, and then I told you the reason why I switched. I'm an idiot. I went against my father's advice. Johnny, don't bet with your wallet. Don't bet with your heart. Always bet with your wallet. And Monday and Tuesday, I had Seb winning. And then I go to the fights Wednesday night here in Sydney. I'm watching Australia boxing. We hit the Australian parlay. And then I got a case of a case of being guilty about betting against the Aussie. And then my loyalty got the best of me. And I went against my wallet and bet with my heart, and it burned me. So yeah, I got to stick to my guns, man. It happened to me the week before. I told you, I'm not a Berlanga fan, but I talked myself out of betting on Shiraz because I don't like Turkey Al Sheikh. So like my hatred, my like dislike of Turkey led me to bet against Shiraz, which led me then to reason with Berlanga. And in hindsight, you know, those two losses were emotional losses. Never bet with your wallet. Never bet with your heart, guys. Always bet with your wallet. Lessons learned. And that's just me being honest with you, boys. I agree. PJ, I was like, damn, my man's jacked. Nah, Tim's usually solid. Like, he, you know, I look at things like this, man. I'm a coach. You know, being able to watch how a person walks as well. What happened to Jesus? Man, can we get a Jesus Ramos fight out here? We want to see. We want to burn a Zylev. They're trying to talk about Virgil and Boots. I mean, what's happening? Is anything official with Boots? Are you guys hearing anything from Philadelphia right now? Anything with Ennis? What's going on? We heard rumors that it was going to be Josh Kelly and Murtazayev, and then I followed Josh Kelly's Instagram. Josh Kelly is asking for everybody to fight him. No one's fighting him. So I don't think it's Kelly not taking that fight. For Apatai versus Usyk, how do you see that one going? Oh, wow. I don't like doing futures, and I don't see and there's no way that fight ever takes place. I don't ever see a world where Usyk would fight Jaya Apataya. Ammo easy wins. No. Ammo went life and death with a gym teacher. Never bet on Ammo Williams. Never bet. I never bet on Ammo. He won in the 9th round, but he almost got stopped to the body, dude. And it was his boy Vasquez. And I'm not saying Vasquez is a gym teacher clowning him. Vasquez is a gym teacher. He's a PE teacher. He was getting ready for a 6-round fight across town. Ammo's original opponent pulls out, and the promotion set up Ammo with his buddy Vasquez. He even said that was his friend. And Vasquez was slow, just not really athletic, and was landing body punches at will with Ammo. And Ammo's on his front foot, swinging and missing. I'm not hot. Like, Ammo, he seems like a good human, so, like, I just don't bet on Ammo Williams. Look, we all have to have day jobs. So to say that he was a PE teacher, that's not a knock. You have to have day jobs until it's the smallest percent become world champions and get wealth to where, so you got to always respect all fighters. It's the same thing with Padley. Padley was I think he was a plumber or a tradie. We call them tradies down here in Sydney. And that's not a knock. but you have to keep the lights on. Not everybody is fortunate enough to just box. And so the announcers were calling that out. But Ammo, Ammo, it was close going into the ninth. He got a point deducted in the fourth or fifth for a low blow. He was going life and death with Vasquez, bro. It was actually a fun fight. Matchroom offered Boacek to fight Boots. Boacek turned it down? That's it. Really? I didn't hear that. I'd love to see that fight. I'm a fan of Boacek. There's a lot. Any news on Majimov? We need news on Majimov. We need news on Murtazaev. There's a lot of. We need that 54-pound division to be more active. And I think, Tim Zhu, stay in Australia, mate. Boots wants a tune-up. So, Vega, he wants a tune-up at 54? Could you imagine? He wants a tune-up at 54, Boots? I mean, how do you go about that, right? How do you have a champion? I'm just speaking, we're brainstorming, right? From being like an architect, a designer. How do you take an undefeated world champion at 47, whom he moves to 54? I guess we wouldn't really call that a tune-up then at 54. He would take a non-title fight. Who would you take? Who's a good matchup from at 54? I think that's a tricky fight for him. Josh Kelly, I'd love to see that fight, though. Erislandy Lara is a champion at 60, though. Boots is fighting at 54, Gonzalez. Yeah, Lara fights at 60. Do you think Barrios went light on Manny yesterday? That was a weird one. Yeah, I gotta be honest with you. I didn't watch that fight. I didn't feature Manny Pacquiao fight. I didn't watch the fight. I don't watch Jake Paul fights. I don't feature Jake Paul fights. So yeah, I didn't watch it. And you guys would probably be like, "What? How did you not watch the Manny Pacquiao fight?" I didn't watch that fight. I didn't feature. Dude, I don't want to see a 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao come out of retirement. I don't. It was bullshit. He jumps the line at 47 to handpick Mario Bart. We're supposed to have systems and ethics in this sport. How the hell are any new fans ever supposed to take the sport seriously when you have, examples of this shit happening? It pisses me off. So yeah, I didn't watch the fight. I didn't bet on the fight. I know a bunch of boys got dusted with their parlays in Australia for betting on that fight. I told you boys not to bet on that fight. Yeah, I avoided it. And my biggest win this past week, my biggest win this year was not betting on that fight because in Australia, moneyline fights, draws, cook parlays. It's a loss. It's not a void. So many of my boys lost because of that fight. And I told you last week, don't bet on that fight. Yeah, Zoo quit on this fool. That was a tough one. Yeah, I watched that fight. I watched Zoo. I watched Zoo versus Fundora. Yeah. It's a tough one. I interviewed Costa Zoo in 2016. I have this interview I did with Costa Zoo in 2016, and the year Tim went pro, and Costa, living in Russia, because Costa had a whole different family. I think him and his wife divorced when Tim and Nikita were young. You guys could probably look this up, but Costa then moved back to Russia for a younger woman, and has a whole nother family there. And so when I was interviewing Costa Zoo on my first podcast in 2016, I asked him what did he make of Tim following in his footsteps in pursuing professional boxing. He said out of his own mouth, he said Tim will never be a world champion. He said that. He said because he wasn't raised tough. He said he didn't go through what he had to go through. He was like, boxing is a sport for people with no way out. Boxing is a sport for, people turn to boxing as a way out. It's kind of like what Marvin Hagler said. It's tough to win world titles when you're sleeping in silk sheets. I'm tired of seeing Zoo get his ass. I know, man. Me too, dude. He's a good dude, man. Boxing's a tough dude, guys. Boxing's such a brutal sport, boys. I'm tired. I don't like it. I don't like seeing anybody continuously get that ass beat. It's part of the reason why, GOAT, why it's a romantic sport is because think about all it takes is one performance to ruin everything. It also only takes one performance to turn it all around. Think about how we look at Rolly Romero right now. I've always been a Rolly Romero fan. I've never said anything negative about him. I always feature his fights. People like Rolly are great for the sport. And when Rolly beat Ryan, you know, before that fight, everybody wrote Rolly off as a joke. Everybody wrote him off as, like, you know, gimmicky. And then he beats Ryan. And so my point is, it's just in most recent memory. All it takes is one great performance to turn all that naysayer around. But it's rough. It's rough watching him get beat up like that. I only like Rolly. I like GOAT. I like overachievers. I like overachievers. You know, I like people who overcome odds. I like underdogs. And I always just look at, Rolly once gave an interview. He was talking about his faith. He was talking about, like, when you hear Rolly give, like, certain like, in-depth interviews, he almost talks to the interviewer as if he doesn't expect the interview to be released. I'm not talking his fight week interviews are way different from him giving an interview, like, you know, maybe in between the camp. And there's interviews you could find of Rolly where he is just such an authentic, sort of unique type of personality that, you know, it's hard for me not to cheer for him. I'm not a fan of Rolly because he's, like, the most skilled guy. I like because he's one, you know, he gets written off, one-dimensional. Probably, I can't believe he's a world champion. If he gets elevated right now, boys, we're looking at a two-weight world champion. Think about it. Because Boots, I don't know if he's going to get elevated, but Boots left. Rolly, we're looking at a two-weight world champion. He didn't even know how to speak. He didn't know how to speak, dude. That's why I like him. Randvar, Rolly ain't a bad dude. He's just not that's why I like him. Yeah, okay. I really think Costa holds some blame on his son downfall. Tim had so much. Costa didn't manage his career. I mean, he kind of did it from afar, but Costa didn't have any decision making. It was Tim's grandpa. It was Costa's dad. It's Costa's dad. Did you get my comment about Berlanga? I didn't see it. What'd you say about Berlanga? Yeah. Hey, man, it's a tough sport. You know what I mean? It's a tough sport. One of the, there's great fighters who never became world champions. He was a world champion. Yeah, the fur coat is legendary. Yeah, but Tim Tszyu, no matter what, Tim Tszyu's legacy will always be Tim Tszyu, professional boxer, former world champion. Not every boxer will retire with those words afterwards. So to say that you thought he would be so much better, those are your projections of your expectations onto him. My point is, his dad didn't think he was going to become a world champion in 2016. That's why I told you that story. Of course, a lot of people beat Rolly. But Ryan couldn't. Ryan couldn't beat him. One of the biggest punchers of all time. If you guys go all the way back to the 70s, in my opinion, I just interviewed a legendary Aussie fighter, so it's fresh in my mind. I think the greatest, the golden age of the middleweight division, 160 pounds, 60s and 70s. You have one of the biggest punchers, one of the most feared styles in his prime of all time from Philadelphia, Benny Briscoe. Never was a world champion. Never won a world title. And he's a legend. Multiple, you know what I mean? So my point is, after you read the legacy of Benny Briscoe, you hear all these accolades, you hear these huge wins. I think he fought Monzon to a draw. That might have been Emil Griffith. But he fought everybody, but you don't see world champion after his name. Tim Tszyu, ... former world champion. So that in itself, guys, we know how many fighters that we could list who went after it, who went for it and didn't become a world champion. One of my favorite speeches was, do you guys remember what Caleb Plant during fight week before the Canelo fight? And say what you will about Caleb, I'm the first to say I always thought Caleb Plant was overrated. he was a former world champion. He won a world title, but just because I say a guy's overrated doesn't mean I'm not a fan of him. Like, I like Caleb Plant. I always watch Caleb Plant's fights. One of my favorite fight week speeches ever was he was talking to the crowd, and he's telling them basically the intention of the speech was how haters and negativity fuels him. And he says, I made a promise to myself when I became a pro to run this all the way to the top. And he was like, even if that meant, burning everything all the way to the ground, I know that I ran it all the way to the top. And he was like, everybody out there doubting me, he was like, thank you for that. I have a PC, but I don't know how to use it. I don't know how to use it. I'm not a tech dude. But anyway, Rolly Romero, not every fighter is going to be able to retire and say they were a world champion. So to put an exclamation point on the person, I forget your name, whatever, you said that Tim Tszyu disappointed you. I mean, I bet you he didn't disappoint you more than he disappointed himself. You know what I mean? Go to sleep with a tech video in the background, bro. What's that mean? Go to sleep with a tech video in the background? I like my setup. I don't know, you guys, I like that I'm using my iPhone and my laptop here. I'm efficient. Why? Goat, what would the setup do? I'm not getting Vargas yet. Goat, what would the setup do differently? Like, would it give me more features, or do you want me to do the... This is like the Wild West out here. This is like OG, like, set the iPhone up. You want me to add features and make it look pretty? Do you want me to make it look cute, guys? This is a boxing live stream, boy. We're savages. We're savages. What do you want from me? Zoo has no head movement. Hey, Dara, you see that magazine in the background, Dara? You see who that is? My childhood best friend. He had no head movement. He's a Hall of Famer. Kelly Pavlik. 40-2, 34 knockouts. It's the Wild West out here, boys. You can pull up fights and talk. Okay. So you can pull up fights and talk. So you guys could see it on the screen? Is that what you're saying? So with that set up, all right, now we're getting somewhere. I didn't know this. Because, guys, I don't watch content creators on YouTube. Are you saying that having that set up would allow me to pull screens up and then talk about fights with you boys on the live? Be able to show us the bot. Oh, really? All right, that's something I didn't know that. Also, you can have sections in your Discord, some that are heavy locked. So the Discord, okay. Daniel Vega, to answer your question, Kelly lives in my hometown, Youngstown, Ohio, and he promotes and he runs a gym. He helps the local fighters too. He trains them. He does a lot for our community. Kind of like how Gary does. Oh, with the screen, okay. Okay. Yeah, I think we all need our points of difference. Gary goes about his a certain way. I go about mine a certain way. We can, dude. So you guys want my screen to say like Johnny says boxing? Dude, maybe it's my own personality. I'm not like a big marketing, like I'm not a big logo. When's the last time have you guys ever seen me wear anything with a logo on it? By the way, you know what I mean? Like I'm not a big like wearing somebody else's clothes. You'll never see me wear a jersey with another human's name on it. You never see me wear a shirt that says Nike. So like, could you imagine our live stream? It was like, boom, boom, all these brands. I don't know if that's me. We'll see. Where does Zoo go in no man's land after last 4 fights? I mean, he's 1-1 in his last 2 fights. Let's be an optimist here, Dara. Zoo, he's 1-1 in his last 2. He has 1 win by knockout and he has 1 loss by knockout. I say he stays home in Australia. I say he fights at 54. Maybe he fights at 60. Maybe he fights Michael Zarafa. That would sell out an arena. I think he should get some home cooking, home love, sell out a couple arenas down here in Sydney, Australia, and see if he wants to go after it again. Yeah, only the Bondi Boxing Club hood. I'm a simple cat, boys. I'm not a complex individual. Like I said, I'm not a dude to waste. I don't spend money. I don't care about watches and jewelry. I don't care about cars. I don't care about any of that. All I care about is developing myself to the fullest degree, loving the people who love me, treating people well, helping people, and then helping myself. So that's my most authentic self. I don't care about anything else. But like, I look at this as, helping each other, educating each other. If you spoke on the Pacheco's performance, I like Diego's performance. Yeah, but I do all that, Goku, I do all that on my Stats Don't Lie videos. Honestly, you could talk about the fights here, watch film, look at the... Guys, if I'm doing a live stream and I pull up fights, will it get copywritten? So that's another question. Let's say I get the PC set up and I pull up a fight and we're looking at an old fight. Will YouTube flag that? Cotto better not be coming back. That better be a lie. Goku, son, we have a group, bro. Goku, everybody's already in a group except you. Goku, we have a Discord. You just got it, and it's cheaper than $10. It's $5.99. I do not want to see Miguel Cotto again. I do not want to see... No, we don't want to see Sergio again. We don't want to see Cotto again. If you do full fights, yes, I believe so, but not highlights. Okay. Goat, with our Discord, are we allowed to do that in the Discord? Like... yeah, I love doing that. So I could dissect. We could. All right, Goat. You talked me into it. You guys talked me into doing a Discord. I did it. You guys talked me into doing betting on my channel, guys. 4 months ago, my channel wasn't betting. Go to my Stats Don't Lie videos from January. I wasn't even given a prediction. All the comments, Johnny, why don't you predict the fight? Why don't you tell me who's gonna win? And then I started doing it. So all right, I'll take you up on that because I have a PC. I just don't know how to use the software. I don't know how to use the soft, dude. I'm an old head. I grew up with the rotary phone. Like, boom, boom. What's up? Like, just learning how to do all this is crazy. I don't think Discord has copyright strikes. Okay, so Goat, hypothetically, in that Discord, is there a live streaming component to where, like, on fight night, we could just put the fight on? Or no? People probably clips in Discord and post in thoughts. You can have a section for that. What, DJ? What did it... Yeah, it's the biggest changes, dude. Every betting fight to see where everyone is leaning to. Goku, we already do that, bro. Goku, you new here. We already do that. But Goat, yeah. So, all right, I'm going to start a PC setup. You guys are insane. We're about an hour in. I got one more client today. Actually, I have 2. I have a client downstairs in about 15 minutes. I have a power, I'm a strength and conditioning coach. Got a PC, don't know how to use it. Dude, man, I don't got time for all hitting buttons and all that. Learning little apps you can stream on Discord. Okay, so you're telling me like last night so let's say some of the boys didn't have a stream for the pay-per-view fight, and I'm watching it here on my screen. I could share that in the Discord and it won't get taken down. So the Johnny Says VIPs would be able to watch that from my phone. I know. I'm learning, Goku. Be patient with me. I'm 43. I'm 43, mate. I'm learning. I got time. I didn't grow up with all this. Okay, so we'll do that. I got to go. Just to give you an example, you guys probably grew up in school playing video games. My classmates growing up, we played pencils. Regular pencils. You hold it here. Each one gets a hit. Boom! My shit. That sort of thing. All right, guys. Stay tuned to the channel. Thank you for your input, though, boys. Because I'm uploading Chino versus Zayas today with my prediction, and I wanted to get your feedback on it. So everybody who gave me input on Zayas versus Garcia, Chino, I say thank you. And I'm going to be, stay tuned to the channel. Make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell so you'll be notified when I go live. You see the ones with the stars, the names, those are insiders. Become a Johnny Boxing Says insider, a couple bucks a month. I'll see you tomorrow, boys. Thank you.